we're back at Creskelly in the fodder beet park here, and really from the third week in May it's really starting to catch up on next year or last year's crop. It's looking quite well now, and for being in so late it's catching up like so. But it's all down to Ron. Ron's looking after it well this year, so I'll pass you over to him.
Afternoon folks, thanks Robert. We're here at Creskelly having a look at this crop of fodder beet. It's one of the better crops. I think this year it's been a very challenging season for fodder beet. The biggest challenge has probably been seedbed conditions and the weather. The earlier traditional sowing time, the end of April, beginning of May, I think has been quite bad this year. I think we had quite wet conditions after drilling, and in certain soil types we seem to, the soil has went quite hard and hasn't helped the germination and the vigour of the crop. As you see here, we've got quite a good establishment. It's quite light land. It was later sown and what we traditionally would have said, but I think in a spring season like this, it definitely has benefited the later sowing. The crop, I would say, is looking exceptionally well for Aberdeenshire. The weed burden hasn't been too big a pressure this year. We've followed up with one post-emergence, and that was quite sufficient. I did think that after the post-emergence weed killer, we'd a bit of browning around the perimeter of the leaves. I thought it was caused by our tank mix, but luckily I had another crop nearer the coast. It didn't have any chemicals at all, and we were seeing that conditions as well. We have been on with foliar nitrogen. I think it's a good thing to do, a top up with some foliar nitrogen. That was on 2.5 to 3 weeks ago. And just last week, which was the second week of July, we went on with trace elements, boron, magnesium, and some sulphur. I think it's quite important. Fodder beet is quite a hungry crop for trace elements, and maybe you can see it's paying off. The leaves are nice and green and looking very healthy. There doesn't seem to be any disease at the moment. I have no plans to do a fungicide spray in the immediate future, but we'll just have to keep an eye on it and hopefully it'll produce the goods. It's not a cheap crop to grow, but it is quite a worthwhile crop. There's a lot of feed comes off of it, and hopefully Robert will get first this year with his crop, not just tailing behind.